Whoa, 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 whoa. Calm down. They had a sale. Hello there, everyone. My name's Cole, and welcome back to another Minecraft video. At the end of the last video, I talked about how you could use WorldEdit to make multiple copies of your builds, as well as use it to make a lot of modifications. And today I'm going to show you what I mean by that. So we're going to take our ship that we worked on for the last two episodes, we're going to copy it down a few more times, and I'm going to add some weapons to it and change its colors around, and then I'll also show you how to use WorldEdit to expand your builds as well. So I've already gone and I've laid down a couple blocks here, one at the front top of the ship, and another one here at the back. So we'll select that whole area. And then as a reference point, remember WorldEdit copies from where you are based on the world when you issue the copy command. So I'm going to issue the copy command right here, right underneath the wing. And then I'm going to come over here to the other side. And we're going to lay it down over here. So we're going to line ourselves right up here underneath the wing, then count out 6 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So right here, maybe we'll do 7. And we'll do a paste command. And it takes a few seconds, but it does eventually come in. Now, one thing to know when you use WorldEdit to paste your builds in, certain elements like item frames and maps and things like that don't actually survive the copy. So you will have to go into places where you've put in those items and replace them down. So we're going to lay down the ship just another time here as well, because we're going to change the color on both the ships. We're going to turn we're going to add weapons to the outside of one, and then on the final ship we're going to add in, we're going to expand the ship. All right, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we'll paste that one in there. All right, and we'll get rid of our clipboard. All right, and there we have it. We have 3 exact copies of the ship that we built last time. Okay. So now here, we'll go here to this one, to our second one. And now we're going to change the colors on it. All right, we'll come up here to the front so we can see. All right, and we're going to use the replace command. So the function for, or the command structure for this is just replace. And we're going to do Minecraft : concrete. Oh, is it concrete or is it cement? I keep forgetting that one, so let's look it up. It is concrete. Okay. So replace Minecraft concrete. And we're going to replace the red, which is ID 14. And then we're going to replace it with Minecraft concrete. And let's add in, let's change it to lime green. So let's do :5. All right, so there we go. And then we'll do the same command again. And this time we're going to replace that cyan stripe. So the cyan stripe ID is, let me look it up. Actually, I believe it's 9. Yeah, with 9. And dark green, I think, is 13, if I recall correctly. Yes, there we go. All right. So there we go. So now we have a ship here that is where we've changed all the red blocks to a lime green and all the cyan blocks to dark green. And this is what the inside of the ship looks like here. We'll go check out the engineering as well. Okay, so probably what I would do on this ship to keep it out is I'd go through and change the colors of the consoles. I'd probably go actually with a dark blue. Yeah, we'd probably go with that, just so that it doesn't clash as much. I'm not sure how I feel about the lime green, but green's my son's favorite color, and he specifically requested that I change the ship to these colors, so we're going to keep it. But we'll go ahead and change up the consoles so they don't clash nearly as much. And we won't worry about putting down the new map for right now. Okay. So now on this ship here, let's go in and add in some guns. So last time when we, or in the last video, we threw some guns in on the front. So we'll do that again. Right about here. Oops. There we go. And I like to have them extend out a little bit past whatever block they're leading up against. So let's go again and count for how many slabs we laid down. So you can do that just by clicking on one spot, left clicking on at the one end, and then right clicking at the other. And then down at the block, it tells you just second position set at the end in brackets is 16. So we know we laid down 16 blocks. All right. And we could just as easy use a copy command, but we're just going to lay them down. So 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. And there we go. So that lines up there. All right. So we've got 2 cannons there on the front. We should probably add another one in. Let's see if we can get a bottom-mounted cannon laid in. Yeah, we could probably do that. Yeah, we can do that. Okay. Let's pull that a little bit back right there. And then we'll have this down here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And we'll do 15, just so that's the same length as the other ones because we didn't lay a block there on the inside. All right, so that looks all right. Okay, and then one of the things that I didn't want to mess with on this ship here is putting weapons on the wings. So let's actually try doing that right now and see how that looks. And we'll see if I was right or wrong with that decision. All right, and we'll just do 8 on there. Okay, it looks pretty good. All right, so that's 1, 2 from the edge. We'll come over here. 1, 2. I think that's right. I think I need to go back one more block on there. Yes, I do. Okay, and I think that matches up, but we can use WorldEdit to find out. So we'll click the end of this one, and then we'll come over here and we'll right-click the end of this one, and they're in a straight line. All right. So I think that looks okay. I think I still prefer it without the weapons, but it is kind of neat to see it with weapons as well. It's the really cool thing about WorldEdit is you can just go and really quickly make a copy of it. So like so far we're about 5 minutes or so into the video here, and we've already have an exact copy of the ship, and we've already gone through and added weapons into it. So in some of my other builds, I'll put like a large cannon on top of the ship, but I think that this ship's just a bit too narrow to accommodate for that. So I think that it wouldn't look as good as just these handful of weapons here on the side. Yeah, okay. So now let's go over here to this one. We'll change the color scheme on it as well. And then we'll also use WorldEdit to expand the ship too. All right. So I think for this one, we're going to use terracotta. So let me get my my block IDs up for them. We're going to go yellow and I believe purple, oh blue rather. So 159.11 and 159.4. Okay. Okay, replace. And that's going to be, actually we'll go back to our previous command. So replace the red. And then we're going to replace the red with yellow, which I believe was 4. Yes. And then we'll replace the other one, the cyan, with purple. All right. There we go. Looks kind of neat. And then I will use WorldEdit to expand on this. All right, sorry about that cut there. I had to take a few minutes to figure out how I actually wanted to do this build, and I did it once already and it didn't quite go as I expected. So what I've done here so far is I've gone over on this side of the ship, and I've decided that for the rear end of the ship, I want to expand it out in this way right here, and then I also want to move it back about 6 blocks that way. And so just in case I made any mistakes, what I've also done is made a copy of the rear end of the ship, just right here. So I did that by laying down 2 of these cyan wool blocks, and then I marked a spot on the ground, copied it, and then came over here, marked the spot on the ground, copied it. So that way, if I need to put it back, all I have to do is copy this wool block and that wool block down there, stand in that spot while I copy, and then move back over to this one while I paste. And that'll ensure that if I make any mistakes, it's super easy to revert back to my original build. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to come here. We're going to start by expanding just this section right here. So I do that by building up this section right here. And then I go, actually, sorry, no, I need to do it from the bottom first. So we'll come down here. Yeah, that's good there. And we'll have to expand the section down once. That's okay, so we'll just come here. All right, yep, that encompasses it. That's good. All right, and we're going to do a cut command. And where do we want to be for this? So we know that we need to move over 2 blocks, I believe. Yes, 1, 2. So let's stand right here. We'll do a cut, then 1, 2, and then a paste. That only did 1 block. Okay, so let's undo that. And we'll undo the cut, and we'll go right here just so we have a bit more space. So we'll do cut, and then we move 1, 2. There we go. All right, so that's expanded the way that I want. So then we'll go in here and we'll do the same thing for this section right here. Select there, and we're only moving 1 strip this time. So then we'll come up here to this block here. We'll expand our selection down. And then this time we need to move 3. So we're starting here. 1, 2, 3, and then to this 4th one to move it. Oh, that was wrong. Sorry. So we do so we go back here, and we do our cut, and then 1, 2, 3, and then 4. There we go. Perfect. And then right here, come down to this one. And then this one's going to be a little bit different because we need to encompass the back part of the ship. So we'll just come up and pull it up there like this. All right, so then let's stand. We're going to need a bit more space because we'll need to go over 5 this time. So cut, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 should do it. Yeah, and there we go. Perfect. So let's get rid of that selection there. Can worry about adding these back in later. Those are fine. There we go. We'll leave that there as a marker. Okay, good. All right, so now what we'll do is we'll come into this area here and fill it in. Because then we're going to do we're going to flip it. So where's our center? There's our center right here. Oh, come on. Why can't... Oh, there's a redstone torch there. Okay, all right. All right, let's quickly fill in this area here. And then we'll be ready to do our paste command. Or our flip command, sorry. All right, let's tie that in kind of like that. Yeah, I think that that'll work. All right, and then this area here. We'll just fill this in like this. We'll have to come in and redo the interior here later. All right. Okay, I think that should be good, at least for now. I'll probably come back and do some more sculpting on the end here. Remember, we are going to pull that back a handful of blocks as well. But we'll at least get the flip in place, just so we can see what it looks like. Yeah, perfect. All right, so for our flip, we're going to line up over here. So we're going to copy this whole section, so we need to line up here. Yeah, lined up there. And we need to come back one. All right, so then we'll copy this section here. And then we need to go to our halfway point, which was right here. All right. So we're going to expand that up 4. Oh, it's 4 up. All right, and then we'll stand right here. We'll do a copy. And then we're going to flip the clipboard to the left. And then paste it in. All right, there we go. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean up this top section here just so it looks a little bit more fluid. And then I'll come back and I'll show you the commands that we use to expand it backwards. So we'll be back in just a moment. Okay, so I've gone through and I've tidied up the rear end of the ship here after the copy paste and all that stuff. And I've also gone inside engineering and basically just removed everything. After the copy and paste, it was just a big mess in here. As you can imagine, there was part of the reactor over here, part of the reactor over here, and then a few chunks here in the middle. So I've just gone through and kind of tidied it up. I'm not going to furnish the reactor room here today. We're just going to use use WorldEdit to transform the ship like we had said. So now I've marked out where the rear end of the ship is, and so now we're going to expand it back. I think probably about 6 blocks. So we'll copy this right here, and then we'll copy down right here. Yep, that does encompass it. Okay, so then we'll mark right here. Then we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll try 6 to start. We'll stand on this block. So we'll do a cut. And we'll walk down here and do a paste. All right, we'll see what that looks like. All right, so if you can imagine it, essentially engineering will enter in here, and then it won't start to expand until we get back over there. So I will show you how to use WorldEdit to kind of clean this up here. But essentially we're going to go back like that. Is that the line that we want? Perhaps. All right, so let's just fill this in real quick. Minecraft cement, and then I believe yellow was 4. And it's concrete, not cement. All the contractors are getting angry at me. And it wasn't 4. What are we at here? It is 4. What did I type? Oh, I did space 4. There we go. That makes sense. Although we're not using concrete, we're using terracotta. My apologies. I can't type either. 159:4. There we go. All right. So we'll fill this in. This too. And then we'll probably go just straight on for purple here. And what is purple? 10. Okay, that looks good. Okay. Set that one as 4. And then we'll do the same here. And then we'll correct the purple down here. All right, so we'll see what that looks like from over here. Okay. Put our purple in. All right, and I think what we need to do is actually cut this off right here. That ties in a little bit better, and then we'll do this. Yeah, I think that looks good. All right, so now we'll do our flip like we did before. So we'll start here, and we can actually just go down to that other blocks that's down there. All right, so we'll there, here, left click, and then right click that one down there. And then we'll stand right here. Do a copy, then flip to the right. All right, there we go. And we'll just need to go up here and do this correction as well. All right, and what we should do is probably go and expand this up at the top a little bit and maybe taper the rear end a bit. Yeah, it looks pretty good, I think. All right, now what we should do with the thrusters is we should have 2 instead of just 1. So we'll cut this one out. We'll come down here, and then it goes over to here, I believe. Yeah, that does. Okay. Okay. How do I want to do this? I think probably if I center myself here. Oops, I forgot to copy it. Okay, and then if I center myself here, so we'll do our copy command, which we'll need to do a cut, but anyway, we go 1, 2, 3. Okay, so I'm going to have 3 on either side, then I can move. Okay, so let's do our cut. And then we'll come over here, and I need to have a space of 3. 1, 2, 3, plus 1. Paste that in, and then we'll come over here, and we do 1, 2, 3, plus 1. Plus 1 is just to give me a little extra space on the side. All right, and there we have it. We've got 2 thrusters on the rear of the ship now. All right, cool. All right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to do some more tidying up on the rear end of the ship here, and I'll come back and I'll show you the finished product. Oh, so actually, sorry, before we do that, I should probably show you what the inside looks like. All right, here we are. Yeah, so this is the main part of engineering now. So as you can tell, it's a lot bigger than it was originally, and it's only taken us realistically probably about 30 minutes of real time to do, as opposed to if you were in creative mode and laying down all these blocks, it would take you a long time, maybe an hour or so to do this sort of modification. So I'm going to do some more modifications on the ship with WorldEdit. I'm probably actually going to pull this section right here back a little bit more. But anyway, I'm going to work on it for a few minutes, and I'll come back and I'll show you what I have. Be back in a moment. Okay, so I've taken about 20 minutes or so from the last segment there, and I finished up the rear end. So what I've done since then is I've tightened up the rear end a bit right here, removed a few blocks, and kind of made this taper in a little bit. And I also expanded this section here by about 5 blocks as well. So it makes it look like an ant. with the big rear end on it. So it's kind of funny. My kids think it's hilarious, but you know they're boys, so they think everything having to do with butts is hilarious. Either way, so I've gone and done that. I'll show you what it looks like on the inside. Again, I'm not building out engineering. But like as you can see, I've been working on this for about probably 40 minutes in total, and I've taken an existing ship, I've changed out all of the colors, and then I've expanded it both backwards and to the side, and we still have a ship that is 100% completely symmetrical. So this is why I like to build with WorldEdit, because I can take a base ship like what we have up over here, something that I'd only spend a couple hours building, and then once it's done, I can just simply make copies and paste to it, and I don't need to spend hours and hours in creative mode rebuilding the ships out. So I can experiment with a lot of designs. I can find out what I like and what I don't like. As far as all the ships go, I think my favorite one is the first one that we built. I like the compact size. I think the compact size suits this wing structure a little bit better. If I was more inclined, what I could do is also expand the wing structure on this, and that would probably make it flow a little bit more. But all in all, this isn't too bad. It's not too disproportional. I think probably the width on it is fine, but it probably just needs to go out probably just another layer or so. Anyway, that'll be it for today's video, so I hope you like what you see, and if you do, I'll catch you next time. Thanks for watching.